Okay, let's start our analysis. Yeah, this one. As you can tell, there's a pattern here where they go to these dark pool tight, pretty much tight price action, start to break out, boom. I would call that day one. So it's been running for 16, 17 days, and then boom, and the real run starts. So this could be day one of a new run. Call this base one here. Ascending base or something. That's the breakout of the base. These low price stocks are hard to tell what kind of base they're in, but they always tend to start with that tight price action. See how the moving averages got really tight there? Look at how tight the price action was at the top. 92 cents, 93 cents. It was all really tight around there. Just takes off. Boom, and just huge volume. Jeez. 154 million shares. That's crazy. Okay, that's a lot. Yeah, that just caught my eye. Just an IPO, brand new, day one. Hard to buy on that, but looks like it has potential for sure. Look more into it. This thing, it's just a biotechnology stock. Just noticed the volume surging in. I don't really like, yeah, these reverse splits, but looks like it has potential. A lot of times they'll do this reverse split and then they'll at least run up for a little bit. So it has a chance to double, definitely. There's better ones out there. And another one that just caught my eye, probably another biotech, but IPO day one. Put it on a watch list and look into these companies. This is the only way I really find these things, unless you want to watch CNBC all day, and then maybe they'll talk about it. But price action is pretty tight. It didn't move much, only 21 to 23 price range. It's not that big, but if it stays up above 21, it has a lot of potential. Okay, looks like this one is in day one of a pop out of the box. Popped out over that price. That would have been the buy stop limit order you'd want to put in if you were watching this beforehand, watching the platform form and buying it as it breaks out of the platform. You would put the buy stop limit at $4.75 and just hold it. Put your stop loss maybe a little bit under that. 450, keep it real tight. So you only have $25 at risk per 100 shares you buy. It's pretty tight risk. If it runs up, you don't even have to worry about it. It could blow up right past all that. Let's see what the potential is on the long term. Yeah, on the long term, it can go up to, it definitely looks like it broke out of a long-term pattern there. So bottom could be completing, and then you're going to see it do this over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months, and then boom, it'll be up here. Could move faster, but that's my analysis. Quick analysis. Okay, here's one I've been in, and once again, does that platform buy signal there. Shakes out some people there who bought it on the buy signal and didn't believe it. But if they put their stop loss under here like they were supposed to, it would have never touched it. Stop loss would have been at about 750. That thing got nowhere near 750. Well, got near it, but bounced right back up pretty quick. And then on huge volume, it's kind of trying to break out here. 20% gain in one day is pretty good. You always wish you had more shares than a couple hundred when that does that, but you can't put in a couple thousand in these risky ones, so they prove themselves. But yeah, that thing looks like it's going to go higher. If it doesn't, I think it will. But if it doesn't, you cut it, get some profit, so you don't have all your profit dwindled. Okay, here's another one that's breaking out. Okay, it looks like it's trying to pop out of the box. Really, it's probably going to, once it breaks out above that, is where the real move is going to start. Hopefully it forms like a cup with a handle possibly, or just a cup that breaks out, but definitely has potential. That huge huge volume rushing in. Close near the top. Compared to the bottom, it's definitely in the top 80% of the price range for the day. So it just definitely has potential. The way all this is breaking out down there too is lovely. It looks like some buying is coming in for sure. Yeah, from 19 to 42, that's a pretty big jump. All that volume coming in. That definitely has potential. Keep that one on the list. Oh yeah, that's another one. Doing that platform, if you're catching on to a theme here, these things tend to do something like this. And this thing's been building strength the whole time. See how it's slowly going up while that's still going down to sideways? And yet this is going up the whole time. And so is this, slowly building strength, ready to break out and make somebody rich. But gotta be, you gotta have your parameters in place though. Only put what you can, only put in here what you can lose. Don't put your bill money in here. And measure your losses. Put in your stop losses. Just make sure you know what you're doing. But that one looks beautiful. Well, watch list. I love these patterns because they repeat. They constantly repeat. This one was like $100 stock at one point in time. Yeah, I remember. Did that double top. Just never came back. That was massive. You didn't have much time to get out either. 1, 2, 3 weeks. If you didn't catch it there, you were in a world of pain. Wow. Yeah, but imagine if it does the exact opposite of that. It might take that long. Let's see, it took 2 years to do this. Even if it takes 2 years to get back up to here, $3,000 would turn into $90,000. So you just think about that. Even if you put just like 1,000, still turn it to 35,000, something like that. It has potential. Put it on a watch list for sure. And of course, you know what they do? Help people start apps. Okay, these are just, they're looking beautiful all of a sudden. These all these Bitcoin miners. Show you a bunch of them. They have similar patterns. That one looks tight. That one's breaking out. Riot is breaking out too. All of them look like they're breaking out. I'm probably going to buy a little more. I bought into this one again. I had to get out here because I saw it weakening. I got out on these 3 days just because the pattern is weakening down here. See how it went 28, 26, 20. This one I went 28, 26. I said, forget it. It's declining all of a sudden. Instead of going from 26 to or 28 to 32, it went down. So that was my clue. You guys should dump it. Maybe I'll buy 300 shares back. I bought just 100 a test position now, so it's just a tiny test position. But like I said, these Bitcoin, they look like they're moving right now. I'll show you a couple more. Hut doing the same thing. Hive, same thing. I mean, it's crazy how they do this. Clean Spark, same thing. It looks even more pretty to me, honestly. The way it engulfed all that action, it broke over 2 moving averages, then closed above both of them. It looks beautiful. Double coming up, if you ask me. It should be 20. I know they're mining a lot less now. 1/4 less to be exact, but still, they're mining. They still have the ones they're holding. It should be 100,000 by the end of the year. If it can rally and break above 70,000 and stay there. But either way, they all look like they're doing well. I think that's pretty much all the ones I had written down. There's a few more Bitcoin stocks out there though. Oh, I can show you the monster one. This is obviously the best one. Jeez, I've owned only like 10 shares of it, but I got in around here. It just looked beautiful. This was all changing. That crossed over. That was my clue right there, the big crossover. The improvement from negative to positive. Once it hit 11, you were like, okay, it's back in positive from negative 54 to 11. And then it's just pretty much stayed positive since then. Yeah, look at that. Wow, yeah. Hasn't gone anywhere near negative. On the bottom, if you notice what I'm looking at the bar graph, bar graph down here, and the number appears right here. If you're not following, sorry. I'm used to staring at these things, but that's what I'm watching. That blue number as I'm moving along. Just watch it. From negative to positive. Boom, 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 boom. That was your clue. I wish I owned a lot more than 10 shares though. It's just hard to get in more. I put a test buy and then it just kept running, so I never really got a chance. I could have put in more right there and right there, but I don't know. It just kept running. I never felt like it had a decent enough pullback to add more. It's still fine. Okay, let's analyze a couple more. Same thing, pattern just looks beautiful. This one actually breaking out into new highs. So this is at new highs. Riskier buy, but if it can hold up there, it looks just like a giant cup with a handle, like a giant cup with a handle base. And then it just broke out of that. So, geez, is that stage 2? It might be a stage 2 base based on what it looked like there. Lift is kind of doing the same thing, just a different pattern because I don't know why. They're just, obviously, they're not as good as a company, otherwise, they'd be at $113 or something. Okay. So Uber's probably better to buy than Lyft, but they're both doing that thing. Another similar pattern, just it looks beautiful. Looks like it's going to break out. Everything's down here is looking good and positive. Staying up in the positive area. It's meandering, but it's staying up. Wait for a volume surge, break above those, probably keep running. At least test this. So keep it on a watch list. Alright, let's keep going before I make these videos too long. Alright, just what caught my eye, the tight moving averages, the engulfing pattern, how it engulfed the previous day's price pattern, closed in the upper range, just looks like it's ready to run. Let's say it's going to 32. Okay, here's another one related to Coinbase, but similar pattern to those other ones. Well, not Coinbase, but Bitcoin in it. Another one, just like those other Bitcoin stocks. So they're just the higher quality ones, obviously. The ones with the higher price are the higher quality ones, and they give higher quality returns. Just wish I was iffy on it. I would put more into this one. Well, Michael Saylor is a genius. He's like one of the head chair of this company. He used to be the CEO of the company. Either way, they own 176,000 bitcoins. 176,000 bitcoins. So every time Bitcoin goes up $1, this company makes $176,000. And Bitcoin moves a lot more than $1 every day. Rarely moves under 100. So yeah, that's just amazing. Oh, there goes. Yeah, with my tongue. Okay, gap. This just looks tight moving averages. See how they tighten up? Bam! Just looks like a good breakout. Good one to watch. There's another one hitting all-time highs. These you have to sign an agreement to get. Oh, there it is. But it just looks like it. Banks are just breaking out. That's basically what this is. You're going to get 3 times the returns of what banks get. What you get on bank stocks, basically. JP Morgan is a main holder in this. Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, I think, probably Citibank or Citigroup, whatever they are. Okay, let's check out some more. That one, I mean, just looks like it has potential. Huge runs it does. Pulled back, Fibonacci retracement, pretty much gave back half of the gains that it got, maybe 40% of it. And now it just looks like it's going to run again. Everything's starting to turn. Give it a little bit more time maybe, but if you did get it, you'd have to put your stop loss somewhere under this platform here. So at least 1825. So you're risking 175 per 100 shares if it goes against you. But at least you know your risk. So if it breaks that, it's gonna test this or this. So it's just, you can just tell. But if it keeps going up, it's gonna go up to here. So it just looks like a beautiful pattern. Go for the moving averages, boom. Wait for a follow through day, break out of that downtrend, which it pretty much did. But yeah, has potential. Okay, another one looks beautiful. It's coming back. Another one that should come back. It's under the moving averages. Probably get back above the moving averages. If it doesn't, then you have to dump it, but it looks like it has potential. Those other two look better though. Frog just looks like it's trying to break out. And it broke out of this pattern finally. If it can break above these moving averages, definitely is something you want to watch. Okay, good old Snapchat. Another one that's finally trying to come back. I don't know how many times it can gap down and get back up and stay in the same price range, but it just caught my eye because of the powerful buy there, but it's not limited volume. I'll take a stronger look, but still something to watch. I wouldn't get in it right now, but keep it on the watch list. Right. Another one, just tight moving area. Just looks like it's ready to power back, but you can't really buy it with confidence till it gets above 81 or so. I know it sounds crazy to do that, but that's just how it works. Otherwise, you can get caught in this range forever. It'll just go bloop, 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 bloop forever. So the only safe time to buy this is above 81 if it sustains above that 80, 81. But still, it looks nice. It's one you want to watch. Do some paper trading or something. Okay, AI. Another one just looks beautiful. Another buy signal actually right here. The way it crossed over, I would consider that a buy because it's the way it, the short-term moving average is just moving across all of them right now. It happened right there too. That was another buy signal. Boom. So double buy signal. Bam, bam. It would look better if it pulled back to here and caught support. Then I would definitely buy it. It looks like it's gonna do a cup. Form a cup. And hopefully break out. The market keeps rallying. A 2-year rally with some minor corrections here and there. Been rallying for a while now. It can go for a long time, way longer than any human being would ever think possible. Just looks beautiful. It's breaking out of these bottoms. If you're not catching on to the pattern, but you probably don't recognize a lot of these stocks, but it's these underlying stocks of the system that are breaking out right now. The big guys are doing okay too, but the underlying, the ones that nobody's talking about on TV, maybe they are, I don't know. I don't watch CNBC very often. The more than I get the pre-market numbers and watch for things popping at the bottom of the screen, but other than that, no thanks. It's a bunch of, you don't need it. You need your mind, and that's about it, and the computer. And to type in the correct thing is also good. Oh yeah, that's a new one. IPO, not about 14 days ago. 15, 16, something like that. Okay, it just has potential. I just like the way it's staying up. Volume's coming in, so somebody's interested in this stock. Actually going down there, but that's okay. It's an IPO. I have no idea what they even do. If that's the end, just put on a watch list, do some paper trades, get used to doing this. Unless you've been trading for years, then you can just look at these signals and say, oh wow, thanks for showing me that. I missed that one, or I found that, but thanks for showing it anyways. Either way. Alright, that's my last one though. You all have a good night. Hope this was helpful.